Okay, how's this for lighting? I've got it over my shoulder so I don't have to wear my welder's goggles. Our lesson for reflection today is see the humanity in all others, especially online. Compassion, empathy, and lack of a better description, seeing God's image in every person with whom we speak, are being lost in the technology-based communications. There is so very much hate, so much vile filth that is written online. We, as Christians, must stop. It must start with us. Pope Francis noted in his 2019 Pentecostal sermon how social media has decreased the social but increased the inhumanity, increased the abuse and the verbal degradation. The rich and the haves have more and more, while the poor have less and less, even more so now with COVID. Some have the means and want to live for 100 years, while others are so poor that they can't even afford to be born, the Holy Father noted. We must become human to one another again, and no longer faceless electrons, able to say anything that comes to our mind. We need to put aside these pointless factions and see in each other's human features. We need to see each interaction as with someone who is like us, a child of God. When some very silly person asks me to describe myself to them online, I tell them this exact script. I am a human. I have two of the things that I should have two of, and one of those things that you should have one of. I have two rather well-placed eyes, and one well-functioning nose, one mouth with two lips, and an untold number of teeth. I have the same number of extremities with which I was born, though not all function properly any longer. While I have the requisite 33 vertebrae, many of those are arthritic and no longer functioning. Is there anything else you wish to know? I have told you some very personal details. In that description, which they stop listening to after the word nose, I tell them quite plainly, I am severely disabled and can't walk unassisted. Do you want to know the percentage? How many of them heard this? 0. Do you want to know how many of these fools then ask me to go dancing or to walk around the lake? Yeah, you can get an imagine for that. We must communicate better. And communication is a two-part process. It is both speaking and listening. Not just going after your biased agenda, but actually listening to what the other is saying. If they disagree with you, listen to why. Learn to listen behind the words. Hear the needs of the other person. What they are saying, more often than not, is not truly the meaning of the words. We must do better, for we've likely already lost the entire next generation unless we start teaching them now today. You can't teach a child over the age of 11 empathy when they don't know it. So that's 2 generations we've lost unless we start now. Because 1 generation is now raising children. They don't know empathy, so they can't teach it. You, as their parent and grandparent, it falls to you to teach that grandchild empathy, which you did not teach your child. You taught them. This device is more important than you. Use it. I can't be bothered now. Use this tablet. And so the child learned, don't bother me. Use these electronics, which taught them no feelings, which taught them no compassion, which taught them no empathy, and nothing of humanity. If human society loses the value of justice, the value of compassion, the value of honesty, the next generation, not the one coming up that we've already lost, but the one after that, will face greater difficulties and far more suffering. We unfortunately have the burden that the children you raised will be the ones not caring for us in our old age. They will be the ones killing us in our old age. Therefore, although bringing about inner change is difficult, it is absolutely worthwhile to try for the children of today, not for the children of yesterday. What is important is to try our best. Even if we do not achieve what we want, at least we will have made the attempt on the basis of love and not any longer selfishness. Empathy and compassion go hand in glove. It is part of going outside of yourself, seeing the other, seeing value in them, listening, learning, hearing when the other says, I wish you didn't say things like that. I wish you didn't belong to that group of hoodlums and thugs. Is the message. I value you. You are more than those you lower yourself to hang around with. I love you and what is best for you. I love your potential. I love the gifts you have. Please, please don't do this to yourself. For what else does a grandmother say? What else can an auntie say? What else does a respected woman elder say? These women are in your life. These women are in every child's life. And they are the only ones who can reach the children now. The parents are very likely lost. Listen to the children. Respect them. Listen to them at every age. They tell the truth until 11 years old.